Reactive training systems.
So I liked that from, again, that structural engineering standpoint and the management center of gravity and bringing some of the joint coordination together. Uh, like when I'm helping somebody optimize their squat technique, I mean, most of the time I see like, oh, well, this is why your squat feels like crap. This is why your back hurts. Look at your foot. Look at your foot collapsing. And the second your foot collapses, everything else upstream goes to crap. What is happening first? And then, like, I was working through some video review with a lifter today, and we got a different angle of a squat that showed us where his foot and ankle was collapsing. And it's also like, oh, wow, look at how wide you are. Look at how wide your stance is. Your ankle is probably not able to support that width with the hip mobility and dynamic ability of your hip. So what? Do we want to increase your hip mobility so that your ankle has an easier time holding stability, or do we bring the stance in? Like, obviously there's multiple paths, but I think at this point, at least for that particular lifter, let's try and bring the stance in a little bit. But posture being a big thing and joint coordination being the big theme from that book. And I was just curious of like how that plays into the things that you do and the things that you see.
I mean, we want to be very cautious here. One of the things a quote that a faculty member gave me when I was going through school that really resonated with me was the human body is not a washing machine. Like the structural analogies hold some weight, but an unbalanced load doesn't lead to a wearing out of bearings and a failure or fault in the mechanism. Like the body is continually going through a process of remodeling, rebuilding, and adapting to the stresses placed on it. You see some really funky lifts. I mean, how many times do we see a lifter at Worlds with the knees caving together? We see a person, not going to name names, super narrow stance squat, knees touch in the bottom of the squat. That person doesn't have pain. I mean, she has had pain. See, I named a little bit, but in any case, we see this all the time. Different movement strategies that are used to accomplish a certain task, and I think that what is most important is that we say, okay, the person is coming to us with pain. Does a modification in their posture result in an alleviation of the pain in that moment? Now, we can postulate at a population level, a summary like population level. Okay, if I see this person and their head is drifting forward and they're walking like this, are they more likely to develop lower cervical disc problems that lead to radiating shoulder pain or arm pain? I mean, there are plenty of people in my practice, older people that I work with as well, where I see the crease in their neck that happens to be right at the level that refers. Oh, I've got this horrible elbow pain. Guess what? The crease is at C6. Oh my God, my shoulder is killing me. It's at C5. We're talking about the different referral patterns for those nerves down the arm. Could they have avoided that by prophylactically performing a lot more upright walking, a lot more retraction of the chin? Absolutely. And I think to your credit, Ross, I think the people who seek out a book like you're mentioning here are in pain. They're looking for a way out of pain. So again, though, it is very important that when they try these movements, these small little synergistic movements between joints, that they're seeing an immediate response. They're not just doing it because a book told them to. They're doing it because in that moment they feel the difference.
Yeah.
I believe you follow that, like we said, the trail of athlete response. I follow the trail of pain and performance, pain-free performance over time.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense for sure that you follow that response. It was interesting. I got the book just in time when I tweaked my SI joint a little bit in training going into Masters Nationals, and was in the training session and was trying to just do some movement and get into the training session and see if warming up would alleviate some of the stuff, and it wasn't. So I'm like, okay, I need to not train hard today. Let me work on some of the exercises from this book and see what happens. Immediate response and alleviation of the pain. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna do a bit more of that, and it helped for sure. still derailed things. It still, ruined the peak. I didn't have the response to the peak training that I normally would like to have. But it alleviated the pain to the point where I was able to go through the meet pain-free. And in all honesty, on the other side of the meet, I actually felt better than what I was during the meet. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, that is important. I think where you need the skilled professional to come in, like Ross, you're a coach, you're a person who picks up on those small details. Management of your own symptoms is kind of almost an extension of your skill level as a coach. I think where a lifter might need some guidance from a professional here is you'll often see in a person with the need for repeated extension. Repeated extension, the low back or the neck, the lower neck is going to help them in the long run. They will migrate to the opposite position temporarily because they say, oh my gosh, I just feel so tired. It feels good to stretch those muscles. But then you track the symptom response. It's not just the immediate improvement in pain. You track that symptom response over the course of hours and days from being in that position. I'm not getting better or I'm getting worse from that position. So it's important that you not just pay attention to the immediate symptom relief, but you also have someone to guide you in the direction that may be beneficial based on some tests too.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like that, none of those comments were definitely not to undermine the qualified personnel. Like I had Vanessa providing care for me pretty much every day from that moment of injury all the way into the meet. And while there's things that I'm grown to the point where I'm not scared to try these things and assess these things and experiment and explore on myself in the immediate moment of when something happens or when I'm feeling some of that pain to explore it. But I always have help at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I promote that to everybody. I honestly, like, if you look at it like a race car has a pit crew that is constantly fine tuning the car to run optimally. And I don't quote me on this, but I believe like a lot of the NASCAR racers rebuild the motor almost after every single race. Like it's not
Correct.
just a changing of the oil. They're going in there and breaking the motor down and changing the rings and piston heads and things of that nature.
Correct.
So if you want your vehicle, your body, to perform at a high level, like what we're trying to do, you likely need a team of support staff. And now, obviously, that is realistic for some and not for others due to numerous different constraints. The therapy professionals are different in different countries. Financial limitations, access, like all that stuff changes the context of the situation for everybody. But you can't do it alone.
Hey, let me tell you something that I know about you. Your lifting is important to you. It's probably one of your biggest priorities. And for people like us, nothing compares to the feeling that you get when you set a new PR. That feeling of being the best that you've ever been, of doing something that you've never done before. This is what we're all after, and it's also what RTS specializes in. Getting you the absolute best program possible so that you can hit new PRs and reach your goals. We call it radically individualized training, and we're really good at it. Whether we need to account for busy schedules or equipment limitations, or precisely turn the dials and get the details of the program just right, we have the tools and the experience to guide your lifting to the next level. To us, coaching is all about leadership, relationship, and creative problem solving. A coach should be poised to help you make tough decisions about training and competing so that you can continually grow in your development. And of course, a coach should be a first-rate problem solver, especially when it comes to your training, technique, and strategy. Now, all this has to be built off of a really strong, professional coaching relationship that emphasizes trust and respect. Additionally, RTS coaches are not on an island. We have a strong network of professionals to reach out to, so if you find yourself in need of some specific expertise, say in the realm of nutrition or injury management or sports psychology, there's a deep expertise available there too. For more information, go to store.reactivetrainingsystems.com and click on coaching. That's store.reactivetrainingsystems.com, then click on coaching. Hope to see you on the team soon.